When was the last time you thought to yourself, will I be sleeping this next week? Well, for someone that's homeless, they have to think about that on a constant basis. Homelessness is all over the U.S. in almost every major city, and I personally have worked at homeless shelters and been to many urban cities and seen firsthand that homelessness is pretty much everywhere. Homelessness is a pretty big problem in the U.S., and not many people know the different types of the causes. A major cause usually has to do with money or affordability of certain essentials, and with that kind of runs in with the different types of homelessness. I'll now tell you the reasons why people are usually homeless. Affording things such as housing are usually why people are homeless. Housing prices have risen over minimum wage, so as you probably can tell, it's going to be a little bit hard to pay for normal essentials as well as housing. The National Coalition for the Homeless in 2013 states, the National Low-Income Housing Coalition estimates the housing wage is $18.79, which exceeds the $14.32 hourly wage earned by average renters. Poverty is also a major cause of homelessness, and people are split between trying to decide what they should buy first and over some certain other things, and unemployment rates and good employment in general are reasons why people really don't get out of poverty, which in turn leads to homelessness. Next, I'll talk about the different types of homelessness. There's chronic homelessness, which is pretty much staying in a homeless shelter for a long period of time. Green Door in 2007 defines chronic homelessness as this: an unaccompanied homeless person with disabling condition who's either been continuously homeless for a year or more, or has had 4 episodes of homelessness in the past 3 years. A chronic homeless person is someone who usually stays in a shelter for a long period of time and usually sees it as a home, or not rather as just a place to stay. Now I'll tell you about the other types of homelessness, which are transitional and episodic. Transitional are homeless people who stay in shelters after usually a major event, like being kicked out of a house or some sort of event like that. And episodic homeless people are people that are being between back and forth of being unemployed or being homeless and stuff like that. So they're also usually chronically unemployed, just like transitionally homeless people. As you probably can tell from all this, homelessness really isn't something that you kind of know right off the bat. As you probably can tell, not really many Americans know about the different types of homelessness and, of course, the causes of it. And the causes usually are linked with money and affordability of things, and which in turn kind of describes the type of homelessness that someone is. So the next time you're snuggled up in your warm bed, try to think about how it would feel to think about where you'd be staying the next week, or how you'd be able to battle those elements every single day. That's how it feels to be homeless. Thank you.
Thank you.